All right. Got it. So we're live right now, right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jason Winchell, and we're at St. George's High School for a little Henlopen North Blue Hen Flight A Saturday morning action between the Dover Senators out of the Henlopen Conference Northern Division and the St. George's Hawk, newly to the Flight A Conference of the Blue Hen. And Jason, a little bit about today's game. A little neat to get to see these upstate, downstate games. This is two you got to see now. One in Division II last week, and then this week Division I.
Yeah, and like you said, it's neat. The upstate, downstate, nice little game here. Both teams kind of identical this year, Benny. Both came in ranked in the 302 Sports top 10 poll. Both are 1-3. Both lost to a Division II team to open up the season, and both are starting to come into form a little bit here. So this is an interesting game for both of them. Out of conference game. Probably
two of the best 1-3 teams we're going to see play this year.
Yes,
so folks, let's get right to our Dream Scouting Network players to watch. And we're going to start with the traveling, the visiting Dover Senators. And let's talk about number one, Javon Pierce. Javon Peace. When I talked to Coach Simonetti, I said, what position does he play? He says he plays everywhere. He's an athlete. So let's talk a little bit about what this guy can bring to the game for the Senators today.
Yeah, like you said, he's an athlete. And that's key. He can do everything for this team. He does all the little stuff, too, to make this team successful. He's had a great season for him so far, and I think he will be the focus today for their offense.
And the other Dream Scouting Network player to watch, number 22, Nadine Burger. He's a big old linebacker. He plays on both sides of the ball. But, St. George's is going to be they're going to run between the tackles. They're going to set up two tight ends, and this guy's going to have to shut everything down in the middle.
Yes. Absolutely, and that's the plan because, like you said, St. George's likes to run through the tackles, so he's going to have a big game today for them.
And for the St. George's Hawks, two-way performer, number 99, Jameer Stanley. I talked to him. I took his picture. He's number 99. I said, you don't only anchor the roster. You don't only anchor the line. You anchor the roster. He's a big boy.
Yes, he is, and that's what he does, and he does a good job on the line for the St. George's Hawks team. Sets the ground game going with his key blocks.
And number 5, Brian Benson, he'll be a two-way performer, play the fullback position. But I think key to him, he has to get after the Dover quarterback.
Yes, and he's got to bring the pressure. Like you said, if McGee has time to sit back there, he can pick this St. George's team apart. So he needs to bring the pressure.
Folks, that's your Dream Scouting Network. Players to watch for today's game with the Dover Senators and the St. George's Hawks. We don't have an out-of-town scoreboard today, folks, so this is the only game going on this morning. So Barclays Heating and Air, they will sponsor our scoreboard. Barclays Heating and Air out of Smyrna, Delaware. At the end of the game, Jason, we'll again pick another Louis Pizza player of the game. Last night, Brian Evans of Sussex Central, it was the first time we picked a defensive player of the year, of the season. So Louis Pizza, player of the game. And then, of course, right now we have the Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Report. And, folks, that's what we're playing on. We're playing on artificial turf. And it is a rare 80-something, I think 86 degrees right now. It is hot and stuffy. We can share that with them up here in this box, Jason.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, it's on the turf field. So down there, it's probably going to get close to over 100 degrees on that turf. So that's something that could come into play in this game.
Well, it's going to be good for it's going to be good for St. George's because they're a running team, and as they say, you pass on the grass and you run on the rug, and so they're going to be wanting to look to run this ball all game long and use their speed.
And Benny, it's rare that we're in week 5 of the season. It's St. George's first home game of the year. So
right? Yeah. Talking to J.D. Maul, who loves to play Henlopen Conference team. This was almost a game in Dover last night. And I talked to him, and they kept in here. He says he likes, he's a Cape Henlopen guy. He likes the atmosphere of the Henlopen Conference, and I'm sure you see it. Halftime upstate, a lot of times you go to the concession stand. Yeah. Halftime downstate, there's a pretty good band on the field.
Absolutely.
And you have them in the bleachers the whole game, and not that there's more spirit or anything in the downstate schools, but there's more tradition in the downstate schools.
And like you said, especially at the halftime, and that's what makes the difference. And St. George's also played Cesar Rodney this year. Also
That's correct.
Point down there.
Last play of the game.
Absolutely. So, like you said, he likes playing those Henlopen teams.
Folks, this is the Sodell Concepts pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Jason Winchell, and we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Scott Camera of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the villages of Five Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations, from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
I get people all the time that send me messages. Your games make me hungry. So I run all these commercials. Yeah. That's right. Hey, they don't deliver.
Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef at Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is a landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful Salt Pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue
3
Coast
seconds.
Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out.
And welcome back to St. George's High School, folks. I guess St. George's is a community up here. Is this Middletown, Townsend? Where are we? In the suburbs, I take it?
Yeah, St. George's.
We're in the suburbs of, I guess, Middletown, Townsend, Odessa. I tell you, when you come out here, beautiful campus, beautiful school. Looks like a golf course setting in the backdrop there. Beautiful sighting. I said that so far the games I've done, the second best backdrop in high school football. Sussex Central with the cornfields and the way it's set up, and then here with the beautiful landscaping in the background. School coming along. I remember a couple of years ago they hardly didn't even have bleachers on the far side. So, so we're at the coin toss. As we said, we're playing on turf. It's going to be a tough 85-degree game. And Jason, just looking on the field right now, these are two big teams.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's why I think this game might be controlled by the lines, both teams. Especially St. George's, like you said, they like to get that running game going, so they can open up some holes early in this one and get out to a lead. Playing in their first home game of the year.
Week 5, first home game, wow.
Yeah. Going to be looking for the energy to feed off the crowd energy in this one.
So waiting for the St. George's Hawks about to come on the field. Dover already out. Have the coin toss going on, the instructions. And Dover, they have of course, brand new school, brand new, also play on artificial turf.
St. George's won the toss.
And my understanding, the quarterback for St. George's, Rob, they're going to defer the second half. The quarterback for St. George's will at least not be starting the game. He's taking the SATs,
yeah.
Jason.
That's why every other game today is starting at 2 o'clock up here because of SAT day. Even Concord High School, they only play 10:30 in the morning. They're playing at 2 p.m. against William Penn today. So, makes a difference.
And St. George's Hawks getting ready to come out and get this thing started. They'll be kicking off to start the game. And here come the Hawks. And what is it with Middletown and cowbells?
I was just about to say.
There must be some quiet fields around here.
It's unbelievable. I'll be hearing that in my sleep again.
Well, last year we did the state championship game. We were sitting right above the Middletown side. It was cowbells all night long.
Yeah, we did the first Smyrna Middletown game this year at Middletown, and They were ringing in my ears the whole night.
Folks, your scoreboard tonight brought by Barclays Heating and Air in Smyrna, Delaware. Barclays Heating and Air sponsoring our 302 Sports live scoreboard. One of our new features Nick Halliday has going on here. It's a nice little feature that you don't have to keep cutting to the scoreboard to show the fans the score. We have it right there at the top of the screen.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Nice little piece added to our broadcast.
You can join us for all sports. Join us on Wednesday nights, folks, 7 o'clock at Hooters in Newark for our 302 weekly sports show.
It's a good time.
And I'll be making my second appearance this week as we're going to be talking about the game of the week, the Smyrna Eagles and the Sussex Central Golden Knights. The Sussex Central Golden Knights off to a 5-0 start. Jason, the last time Sussex Central started off 5-0 was 2006 when they lost to Sally's in the state finals.
Wow, that's a nice fact there, Benny.
And that was the start of a 3-year state final run, but the Knights never got any of them. They were the bridesmaid 3 years in a row.
Wow. I think last year they were the only team to give Smyrna a run in any game last year. They were leading.
Let me tell you, there was a Nolan Henderson Hail Mary on 4th and 30, 4th and forever for a touchdown. The receiver got behind the defender looking into the backfield, and that was it. Nolan Henderson talking to his dad last Saturday at the Delaware game. He's made the travel squad for the University of Delaware, the freshman quarterback.
Awesome.
And folks, we're going to cut to the national anthem. And Jason, that was the cell phone edition of the national anthem. It was a little quiet there, hard to hear, but we got it off. Here we go. Hawks, Senators, North, South, Henlopen, and Blue Hen. It's time for some Saturday morning football, ladies and gentlemen, with 302 Sports, one of our special broadcasts.
And it doesn't get much better than this, Benny.
Friday night's a little better, but not much better. You're right.
Well, speaking of Friday nights, this Friday night we got Sally's Middletown, Smyrna, Sussex.
Oh, it's going to be a great one.
So if you're a Division I football fan, those are two.
And in Division II, we'll be carrying Milford Woodbridge. Could decide to Henlopen South.
Right, so it's a big weekend.
Woodbridge won their 18th straight last night.
Wow.
So they're on an 18-game winning streak. The defending Division II state champs. They already won the rematch, but I guess right now, Archmere is the other team to look at in Division II, even though we still have Wilmington Friends ranked number 2. Archmere, I believe, was still 5-0, 4-0?
They lost last week to St. Mark's.
Okay. So St. Mark's may be a team to watch.
Yeah, St. Mark's. I think they travel to Woodbridge in 2 weeks, Benny.
That is correct.
That will be an interesting game.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. St. George's Hawks ready to kick off. Back for the Senators, number 2, Gabe Evans, and number 15, Amir Buns. And we're off and running. And he's got an open one, got it beat. That's the kicker.
Great
and
tackle.
Down at the 10-yard line.
Great tackle there by the kicker, Benny. Did not let the guy get by him, but what a return and what a start here for the
What a start the game, absolutely. 11:54, just 6 seconds into the game, and Dover ready to strike.
Looks like they're right around the 10-yard line, Benny.
Yeah, just outside 10. Nose in the 11, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the St. George's 11-yard line. And at quarterback, he missed the first 2 games of the season. Jordan McGee, the captain. And boy, they missed him those first 2 weeks.
Yes, absolutely, Benny.
Pistol formation. McGee takes the snap. He hands it off to number 23, Wayne Wise. And tackle with no gain by number 27, Jordan Cheaton. Cheaton, that's a William Penn name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard that name before.
Yes, I have too. And what a great tackle he made. A 77-yard kickoff return to open the game for Dover. But that was a great open field tackle there, Benny, because I think if he gets by him, he's in for the 6.
2nd and 10. McGee takes a snap in the shotgun. Hands off to number 8, Marcus McCove, and he's wrapped up. Loss of 4 on the play. Puts it back at the 15-yard line. 3rd and goal. And after a great kickoff return, the Senators just can't get the offense going.
Yeah, and this would be a great stop for the Hawks in this one if they can hold them here after that great kickoff return.
Senators, no huddle offense, and McGee's roll right. He's under pressure. He's going to throw one. Knocked down, broken up by number 15. Number 15, Tyrese Owens.
Yeah.
So brings up a 4th and goal from the 15.
And good coverage downfield by the Hawks there. There was nobody open, and they got the pressure on McGee, and he kind of forced that one in there, Benny. Lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Well, it was throw it away, force it in there, or get hit by the big number 99 Stanley. Because he was breathing down his neck. So here goes, Dover's going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 15. McGee in the shotgun, trips to the right, and that's going to be a procedure penalty. As number 1, Javon Peace, leans forward. Well, now they're going to say St. George's jumped in the neutral zone? That's what they're going to say. 5 against St. George's.
Yeah, so the jump in the neutral zone caused him to jump. That's good. It moves it up to the 10.
So that's going to be 4th and goal from the 10. I tell you, Jason, this sun and that chrome striping on the Dover helmets is killing me. So here we go, 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Pistol formation for the Senators. And they got a slot to the right. Number 85, Chris Darby goes into motion. It's going to be well, no, he pulls it out. Has a man open, in and out of his hands. Turnover on downs for the Hawks.
Yeah, I like that play call. It faked the run, had an open receiver just over the outstretched arms. And what a stop there by St. George's. After that kickoff return, they hold Dover to 4 and out and take over deep in their own territory. But that's a great stop by the Hawks defense.
They call ice water in your veins, don't they?
Yeah.
What a stop. Well, return the kickoff to the 10, and that's where they finish. Turnover on downs, and the Hawks are in business. 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And we have a backup quarterback in. I can't quite see the number. And it's going to be handoff off the left side, and he's got it out close to a 1st down. That's number 9, Marquise Guy.
Yeah, and he's a good runner for St. George's, and that nice little hole there by the offensive line, and Benny, nice. That's what you want on the 1st down carry, pick up 9 yards.
I'm sorry, that's number 9, Jalen Smith. I'm looking at the wrong lineup. Your quarterback today is number 18, and I don't have an 18 on the roster. That is 18, Cole Sissofo. And we're going to have a whistle on the play. Timeout for the Hawks. And Coach Jason, the reason Sissofo is at quarterback is Robert Schwartz is taking the SATs this morning.
Yes. So depends on what time he gets done. We might see him.
He might play. I was talking to one of their assistants. That's Cole Sispo, folks. Cole Sispo, your starting quarterback. He's a junior, 5'6", 170. St. George's just didn't have the right lineup. You're down by your own goal line after that big stand. You want to make sure things are right and take this early time out.
Yeah, and especially after you get 9 on the 1st down run there, get you out of your shadows of your own end zone and out to the 19.
We saw last night during the Central Sussex Tech game, a couple times in that game, the teams would get an 8 or 9 yard gain and then either be lined up incorrectly, get a bad play off, a penalty, get some penetration. So this is a good timeout by head coach J.D. Mall. And of course, J.D. Mall, he knows about the excitement of the Henley Open Conference. He was a former Cape Open quarterback and played at Wesley. So he says, we said in the pregame, he loves to play the downstate schools.
Yes.
So here come the Hawks, 2nd and a long one from their own 19-yard line. Power full house backfield, and now they're going to shift. Benson goes in motion, and it's going to be a toss to Benson on the right side, looking for some running room, dances around the 19. I don't think he's going to make it unless they give him forward progress, and that's what they're going to do. First down for the Hawks.
One referee's got him spotted across the 20.
He must have, it was hard to see him in that pile, but he must have stepped up to the 20. So first down, that was one of our players to watch. Brian Benson, number 5 for the Hawks.
Yeah, he does it all for the Hawks team, and a good job by him fighting for that first down marker and gets it.
So first and 10 at the 20 for the St. George's Hawks. St. George's Hawks, their first year in Division I, and boy, it's been a rude invitation, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And last week they've got Middletown.
And we're going to get a procedure on the Hawks here as Benson breaks down the right sideline. That's going to come back, folks. We had some moving in the backfield.
But Benny, they are opening up holes for this running game.
That's a huge offensive line.
That's important for St. George's, like we said, deep in their own territory. And
they lost to Howard in week 1, and Dover lost to Archmere in week 1. I'm not so sure if you play those games this week that you have a different ending.
Yeah, absolutely.
These two teams are, they're starting to get together. Both have played a tough preseason schedule.
Absolutely, and they're both playing Flight A and Henlopen North, two tough conferences. So you get Middletown, Smyrna, and others on your schedule. It's not always easy to get some wins.
2nd and 15 for the Hawks. That's motion with 3 to Monty Wells. He's got some running room following his blocker, big number 76. Brandon Bradford, he kind of outran him if he just maybe paused a little bit and followed that block. But he gets a pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd and 8.
It's a good run when you're in the 15, back 1st and 15 to get.
Well, Damani Wells goes 130, and I know him from wrestling. That might be with the pads on.
Right.
I want to stay behind that big boy. I want to stay behind that big number 76. Brandon Bradford, 6'4", 305.
Yeah,
Let him make some blocks for me. 2nd and 8 for the Hawks. Motion with number 2, Samuels. And he's going to be wrapped up, sacked by number 15, Amir Brunge. And there's 2 or 3 centers in that backfield.
They read that play well. They were in the backfield. He had no chance to get that one off.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Hawks. So the Hawks get a good first series. And then the penalty, and this is what we call drive stoppers.
Yeah, that penalty on first down just puts you in a hole.
Yeah, after what, a 17-yard run, it's all negated. So here we go, 3rd and 12 for the Hawks. I don't think they throw the ball a lot, even with shorts in the game.
Yeah, they're supposed to run team.
And there's going to be all sides on the Dover Senators.
Gets those sack yards back, Benny.
Yeah, exactly. Gets the sack yards back, so we're back to 3rd and 8. Still manageable, but with a running game, you're going to hit something off the outside or off tackle.
Yeah, I was surprised that St. George's threw on 2nd down. I figure with the backup quarterback, like you said, they don't throw much anyway with short.
Right.
So. Big 3rd down stop here.
Sispo under center on 3rd down. Wishbone backfield. And that's going to be number 5, Benson, and he picks up about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
St. George's got it out from their own 10 almost up to the 30, so they'll give the punter some room and still try and flip this field position.
4th and 3, and we'll see if they even go in punt formation.
I was going to say.
Not doing upstate games, I'm not sure who their punter is. That's the quarterback calling the play in the huddle. And they're going to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 3.
Let's see.
And he's got it. 1st down, Benson. I'm still not correction. Number 9, Jalen Smith.
He hit that hole hard, Benny.
And he hit the linebacker hard, too.
Fought for the yards and gutsy call there in your own deep
inside your own 30, yes.
And it worked for them. And the key 1st down. 7:24 left here in the 1st quarter. A big pickup there on 4th down. Full house backfield again for St. George's.
And that's going to be 5. Oh, who's got the ball? 5. Benson has the ball.
Yeah, Yeah, good gang tackle in there by the Senators. They had 3 or 4 guys on him. Held him to a...
Pick up a 2 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
Big momentum here for St. George as they have a huge kickoff return. They held Dover out of the end zone to get a couple first downs here on their...
Right, and the Hawks are doing, right now, they're doing what we said they had to do. They're going to eat up clock.
Yes.
Their offense is their defense right now. Samuels goes in motion, and it's up the middle with Benson. Picks up about, call it 3 on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
It might be... see Benson and Smith a lot, I think, today for St. George's carrying the ball.
3rd and 5 for the Hawks. And short slot here to the near side of the field, and they're going to flood this left side. It's going to be a handoff to Damani Wells. He cuts it up inside, makes another move, hits, spits out across the 50, inside the 45. First down, Damani Wells and the Hawks.
Yeah, and a great spin move there, Benny, after getting him an extra 5 or 6 yards. I like the play call. Quarterback out of the shotgun, bring the receiver running back in motion and hand it off to him as he's coming to...
And they flooded this short side of the field.
And a no-huddle offense here, Benny.
That's going to be Samuels on the carry. He picked up a 3 on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. He had no-huddle offense out of the wishbone.
Yes. And it looks like... this time they are going to huddle.
Huddle up.
No.
Oh, no, they're right on the ball. Calling play off the ball.
Yeah, so St. George is doing a couple different things early in this drive.
2nd and 7. Sifo under center. And he hands off to Smith. Oh, trucks the defender.
He runs
for a couple extra yards, yeah.
He runs over people, Benny. It's impressive running.
That's going to be a first down for the Hawks. And right back on the ball again. The no-huddle offense.
And we mentioned the hot weather today down there. Just could play key.
And that's Smith again on the carry. Tackle made by number 28, Sean Alexander.
And that's one way to get him down. Tackle around the left.
And around the ankles, yes.
Yes. Great job by him.
Pick up a 5 on the play. We'll call it 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
And if you're St. George's, you'll take 5 or 6 yards per run any day.
And that's going to be a toss to Benson. He's got some running room on the right side. Stiff arm inside the 15. Takes it down to, the 25-yard line. And a gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Hawks. It looked like momentarily he had some running room. I couldn't get the number, but one of the Dover secondary guys got up in there and filled the hole.
Yeah, good job by him. Because like you said, he had some running room.
3rd and 2 for the Hawks. Approaching 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And they've had the ball for almost the whole first quarter.
Dover had it for 4 plays. It's been all St. Joe.
2 tight ends, full house backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Benson off the left side. And he's going to be close to the first down. He's going to have it. First down for the Hawks. And they're just eating up clock, eating up yardage, moving the chains.
And Benny, the only time they threw the ball was a sack. So the clock continued to run even there. And what a drive. You started at your own 10, and now you're at in the red zone.
And this no-huddle offense seems to be wearing Dover down a little bit. Starting to see some hands on hips, trying to catch some air. And it's going to be number 9 against Smith. And he's going to push ahead to about the 16-yard line, gain of 5 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I like the way Smith runs, Benny. It's just hard, a mean runner, aggressive runner. Picks up 5 and carries.
And this looks like a little bit of a T-Buck offense. That's a handoff. Couldn't tell this. It was number 15 on the carry. Tyrese Owens. He's down to about the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Benny, on a hot day like this, we said the no huddle, and you can't substitute. It makes it tough.
And that's going to be Smith on the carry. He's going to get down to about the 10-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. I believe he has it.
So it looks like it'll be now 1st and goal for St. George.
1st and goal at the 10.
After that, after Dover had 1st and
right
from the 10. First and goal for the 10. Now it's St. George's time.
Now St. George is going to huddle up as they move the chains. And they do have enough to get, they can get a first down here. First and 10 at the 10. Or now they're going to move the ball up and say it's first and goal from the 10-yard line for the Hawks. And now they spread them out, double slot with Smith in the backfield.
A lot of different formations here for St. George's in this one.
Motion with Samuels to the right side, hand off to Smith. And number 42, Austin Fields, blows through the gap and makes the tackle.
And that's what Dover's got to do. They got to try and get
loss of 1 on the play.
Get the tackle, get through the hole there. Good job by him, and he makes the tackle, and it puts them in second and goal from outside.
Second goal from the 11. They're in the red zone. Both teams now been in the red zone one time. The Hawks got the stop on defense now. Dover looking to do the same. Second and goal. Wide receiver split to the right. That's going to be a toss to Benson. He's got a bunch of blockers out there. Can he find a hole? He does off the right side. That's a touchdown, Brian Benson. And the Hawks go up 6-0.
What a drive there by the Hawks, and what a move there by Benson. And once he hit that hole, it was no one was stopping him, and he goes in for the touchdown. A 90-yard drive by the Hawks.
And used up like 10 minutes.
I was just about to say that. He was probably like a 10-minute drive.
It's like the old Tubby Raymond Blue Hens.
Yes.
Get the ball inside the 20 and then take 7 minutes and score a touchdown. 19 plays, 90 yards.
Wow.
And the kick is up. And it's good. St. George's takes the lead, 7-0. And folks, we're going to take a commercial. We'll be right back with some more Henlopen and Blue Hen Conference football. And welcome back to St. George's High School, folks. They take the lead, 7-0, 19 play, 90-yard drive. We didn't get the time. We had to be every bit of 9-10 minutes. And the Hawks will kick off. And it's going to be kick, bounce around the 20. It's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be a procedural penalty, but no return, more importantly.
Yeah.
I'll give them the ball on the 35 as opposed to the 10.
Yeah.
And that's where Dover's going to take it, first and 10 at their own 35. That ball just seemed to take a right turn after it hit the turf on the second bounce.
Yeah. Maybe on the grass it doesn't get out like that, but they're on the turf. If you're Dover, this is an important drive for you. You started.
Yeah, you got after not getting in on the last one at the 10, you got to move this ball down the field. You're right.
And you got to rush try and get your defense some rust here.
First and 10 for the Senators at their own 35-yard line, shotgun formation. And it's going to be a little counter play with Peace. And he's going to pick up about 2 on the play. See if we got a number on the tackle. That was number 88 on the tackle, Greg Glessner, 6'2", 195. I just keep looking at these measurements, and this is a big St. George's football team. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Senators.
Which makes it tough to run against.
And motion, that's going to be speed sweep with number 3, Eden Davis. And he's got some running room off the right side. He's going to get it across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Senators.
Yeah, nice play call there. You get the nice little 6-yard gain on that play, and you bring up a 3rd and manageable 2. You'd rather be in 3rd and 2 all day than 3rd and long. Now Dover with a little no-huddle, Benny.
McGee back to pass. He's got a man open down the sideline. And it's going to fall incomplete. Little overthrown. That was intended for number 3, Eden Davis. Number 6, Rashawn Young on the breakup.
Yeah, Young had a little Did a good job getting over there because it looked like the receiver had a step on the cornerback, and he made a good job getting over there.
4th and 2, back to punt number 80, Sean Quirk.
A big three and out for the St. George's defense again. Down to under a minute left here in the first quarter.
Back to receive number 7, and I don't have a number for number. Oh, that's number 3. Excuse me, Damani Wells. And it's a high floating punt, and it's going to bounce around the 35, and it's going to take a St. George's bounce and down by number 32, David Exum. So the Hawks are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line, and with 52 seconds to play in the quarter, we may not see another score until midway through the second if they score.
If you're St. George's, you take another nice 15, 16 play drive, another 8 or 9 minutes off the clock. You'll take it.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. And Sifo comes under center with the wing T offense. Excuse me, a wishbone offense. There's another whistle out here somewhere.
Yes.
And the overthrow is number 20, Demetrius Bryson. That whistle is kind of confusing me.
Yes. We got to get that.
There's a whistle. I think it's in the home bleachers here. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
So hopefully the players don't get confused out there, Ben.
Right. And the referees have heard it too, so now we're trying to adjust, figure out where that whistle's coming from.
Yeah.
Second and 10.
So now Benny have had 2 called pass plays, a sack and an incomplete pass.
They're probably happy with the sack, because at least 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wishbone offense. Well, that's a power eye. They're showing a lot of different looks here today.
Yes, they are.
And that's going to be to the deep back Benson. There's going to be a flag on the play, probably a hold. So that's going to come back. Hold right around the flag, right around the line of scrimmage. So we saw this last series.
Yeah.
They had the penalty, brought it back on the big run, but they were able to manage it, take a long drive down and score.
But now you're looking at second, at least 20.
Yeah, the hole was right at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to back it up 10. So that's going to be a 2nd and 20 for the Hawks, and not being a passing team, they're going to have to run some big running plays here in the next few minutes. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. Or 2nd and 20, excuse me. Sifo under center. Single back in the backfield. Slot to the right. Motion goes. And that's going to be a toss to Samuels. And he's just trying to pick his way through. But the ball's on the ground. And Dover recovers it.
Yeah, and big
So,
play there.
first
by
turnover
Dover.
of the game.
Yes.
So Dover takes over on the fumble. 11 seconds to play here.
Talk about a change. St. George's got the holding penalty and then the turnover. Dover starts at the 35 of St. George's. But Benny, on the first drive, they started at the St. George's 10 and didn't capitalize. So this is I think this is a must drive here. Get some points on the board here.
McGee in the shotgun. Trips to the right. He's got a runner back in the backfield to his right. And it's going to be, pulls it out, looking down the left side, and broken up by Damani Wells.
Yeah,
Looked like it was in the hands of number 5, Dorico Cooper, but Damani Wells gets up and pushes it and taps it away.
Great coverage by Wells. He was step for step with the receiver there. Makes a great play on the ball. But I'm impressed. McGree throws a nice ball there. Great arc on that one. And great play by the defense there. And I like that call on first down right after the turnover. Go
Right.
for the home run.
Right. And the penalty on the play. I didn't see a flag. I can tell you right now that yellow circle in the middle of this SG is going to mess me up all day long. Anything around midfield. That must be a hold. So that's going to back it up. It's going to make it a 2nd and 21 for the Senators. So now they're being bit by the penalty bug.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of a diamond formation here, a little shotgun full house backfield. McGee takes a snap. Has a handoff to Peace on the right side. He's got some blockers in front of him and slips and falls. And if my downstate partner, Sean Brand, was here, he'd say, you don't cut off the inside foot. And that's exactly what happened. Cuts off the inside foot and falls down. Folks, we're going to test the end of the quarter. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Henloop and Blue Hen football action. And welcome back to St. George's, folks, as the Senators start the second quarter. 2nd and 19. And waiting for the ready to play whistle. So Senators' third possession of the game, and we're going to get offsides on the Hawks. And that helps out that 2nd and 20 that you started with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or 1st and 20.
You get the 5-yard penalty, helps you back up. And we've seen both teams jump offside. St. George's twice already and Dover once. So you have to be ready. Watch that ball.
2nd and 16. McGee takes a snap because we're going to have a little bit of a screen here. Catches it right by his knee, slips and falls.
And
that was number one Piece.
If he doesn't slip there, that's going for first down. That was a well-designed play there.
Yeah, and he had only one defender there, and he can make a move on him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the second time in the last 3 plays we've seen a send.
So that's going to be a loss on the play. It's going to make it a 3rd and 21. Trips to the bottom of the screen, and we have another penalty. That's going to be on St. George's. You know, the last 2 weeks we've done games. We've had like 1 or limited 0 penalties in the first half, and then second half full of penalties. Now we're getting them here in the first half.
And the third time St. George's jumped off sides already in this one.
And McGee dropping back, looking down the left side. He's got a man wide open, overthrows number 85, Chris Dabney.
And
we have a flag downfield.
Yeah.
It may be a hold penalty on St. George's on the secondary.
And that might have been why he was not able to catch up to that ball. But he was wide open, Benny. Good play call. If it is a defensive holding, I believe it's an automatic first down.
Yes.
Isn't it?
As a hold on the Hawks. So, you know, a lot of times you talk about teams on defense, and you just got to get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah.
There was a 3rd and a country mile, and, you know, you give up two consecutive penalties. The offsides to make it 3rd and 16, and then the holding penalty in the secondary. Apparently not it's not an automatic first down.
Not automatic.
3rd and 6.
I got to brush up on my rules here, Benny.
So tight end here on the left side. And that's going to be a counter play. And the Hawks sniff it out. That's number 23 on the carry, Wayne Wise. And no gain on the play. Maybe a loss of a yard. It's going to bring up a 4th and 8.
Yeah, they were not fooled on that play. Great job by the Hawks defense.
So 4th and 8 for the Senators. They're going to go for it.
They're 0 for 1 on 4th down opportunities in this one.
And quarterback keeper, a little draw, design draw. And they're going to sniff it out. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Credit number 9, Smith, Jalen Smith on the tackle. Hawks ball, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, or 29-yard line, 28, excuse me. And Jason, I mean, yeah, how much does that hurt Dover right now? That's 3 times they've had the ball, once at the 10-yard line, and they just can't seem to move it.
Yeah, and there they take over at the 35 after the turnover, and after all kinds of different types of penalties, they don't convert on 4th down there, and it's almost like it wasn't a turnover, and St. George's gets the ball back. That's twice now in St. George's territory they started to drive, and both times haven't converted. So
the Hawks taking over on downs, 1st and 10. And it's going to be a toss to Damani Wells, and he looks to cut it up, just nothing there. He's going to lose yards on this play. That's going to bring up a 2nd. And looks like a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it's just the first drive. The Senators defense has been doing a good job getting in there and stopping this St. George's running game, which on the first drive had 16 plays of 18 plays of running.
Right. That first drive, we got some stats. Benson had 32 yards on that first drive.
Yeah.
2nd and 11 for the Hawks. They bring their split end back into a tight end, wing to the right. Motion coming to the near side was Samuels, and that's going to be a handoff up the middle and pick up about, call it 4 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
And this is, if you're St. George, this is not one you want to be in. You start along with a backup quarterback starting this one.
That was Benson on the carry. 4 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 8. And Dover, now that the Hawks are huddling up, Dover's starting to substitute in and out on defense.
Get the fresh look.
And fakes the toss and counter with Wells and just nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Dover stuffs a loss of, call it 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 4th and 9.
Yeah, good job by Dover. And like you said, get those fresh legs in there. It makes a difference in this drive. And 3 and out. And so Dover doesn't convert on the turnover, but they're going to get the ball back here. Probably decent field position.
And on the punt, looks like number, is that an 84? Yes, number 84, Cade Ritter. And back deep, number 1, Peace for Dover. Good snap. See a lot of left-footed kickers this year.
Yeah.
And Peace is going to take it about the calls for the fair catch. He's going to take it at the 48. So with 8:30 to go in the half, Dover takes over in St. George's territory. 1st and 10 at the St. George's 48.
Third time today they're starting inside St. George's territory, a drive. Let's see if they can capitalize on this one. Good crowd out here for a Sunday.
Or Saturday morning game. I almost wonder if the Hawks need to go back to that no huddle offense.
Yeah.
But huddle or no huddle, you got to execute.
The first drive they were opening the holes. The last couple drives, the Dover defense has beat them to the punch.
1st and 10, pistol formation this time for the Senators. Got 2 receivers to the top of the screen, wing to the left, and now we're going to shift over. And that's going to be a handoff to Peace, trying to get around right end. He does get around right end, makes a move, and number 9 on the tackle, Smith, and going to pick up about, call it 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I like the speed of Peace there. He ran hard around the outside, got out there quickly, picks up a nice 8-yard gain on 8 or 9 yard gain on the first down play. Looks like, and Smith, we mentioned his name a lot on offense. He makes
and defense,
yeah, he's made a nice tackles on defense too.
Pistol formation, short motion here. It's going to be a handoff to number 23, Wayne Wise, and maybe a yard on the play. Tackle made by number 99, Jameer Stanley.
Yeah, we mentioned 99 at the beginning of the game, and nice job there.
Big nose guard.
He hits him. He's moving them backwards when he hits.
Right. Low snap, bounces around. Ball's on the ground. I think it's still on the ground.
Loose.
And it looks like Dover's going to get it back and gain close to a 1st down on the fumble.
Yeah, almost a positive yard fumble play there. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Nobody yelling ball. I mean, I mean, we may have been the first ones to yell it. It was bouncing all over the place. It's going to be close to a first down. And it's going to be a 4th and short for the Senators. And they're going to go for it at the 39-yard line. And they're going to go for it with a Miami offense. Nobody in the backfield. And time out.
It looks like I restarted the play clock. And
now we're going to stop action. We have a clock issue. So I had it down about 7:20 when they blew the whistle. Now they're moving the ball back.
Yeah, they moved it back at half the yard. Still looks like 4th and inches.
Right. 4th down for the Senators. And that's going to be an offsides.
4th time they've drawn offsides.
That's number 54, Isaiah Gatling. And he's going to check out of the game.
So Dover's got a nice bounce there on
2 drives and then 2 drives in a row. Penalty's giving them a first down.
And the 4th time in the first half that your defense has jumped offside. That's not going to make any coach happy.
No. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the, or excuse me, 1st and 10 for the Senators at the Hawks 34-yard line. And McGee looking to run. And he's going to take a loss here. Back across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
And great pursuit there by the Hawks.
I couldn't tell if that was a design draw or was he just had happy feet. Because I mean, that was only a couple seconds before he took off running.
Before he took off.
They have showed a couple draws up the middle. And he's an athlete. They want to get him out there in space. It's 2nd and 13 for the Senators. And we got slots to both sides of the field, or stacks to both sides of the field. And it's going to be a handoff to Peace. And he's got nowhere to go. Number 15 in on the tackle, Tyrese Owens. And we'll see who's in on it with him.
And the Hawks defense has done a good job against the Senators' run game here today.
That was number 24, Stephen Taylor, in on that tackle with number 15, Owens. So 3rd and 15 for the Senators is 2 straight losses.
Yeah, so they get the first down by the penalty and then 2 negative plays in a row. That brings a long 3rd and 15.
McGee looking at, you're going to get a hold there on the offense. Throws it downfield and just going to throw it away. Yeah, a hold on number 60. And that was almost like a headlock, Darnell Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah, coming off the corner blitz.
That was Dover's first down of the day, Benny.
Wow.
And came on a penalty.
They're struggling to move the ball. I mean, they got the athletes, and but a lot of times they're getting big plays, and they're shooting themselves in the foot as well.
Right.
So they're going to take the holding call. Well, maybe not. Let's see what they're going to do here.
I'd probably decline.
Yeah, I would decline it too.
Make up 4th and 15.
And it is declined, so that's going to bring up a 4th and more than 15. It's going to be about 4th and 22.
Yeah, so the markers up here across the 40.
Again, because the hole was in the backfield,
yes.
So that is going to be a 4th and 15. Correct. So penalty declined. 4th and 15 for the Senators. Back deep to Monty Wells, number 3.
And I like this call to punt the ball here.
Yeah, pin them back.
Put them back.
But the last time you had them 90 yards away, they scored.
Yes,
number 80, Sean Quirk on the punt.
His first punt had a nice hang time on it, so if you're a St. George's player, be careful to.
Nice snap. And gets off. Nearly blocked. Nice floater. And Wells calls for the. Oh, he hits him!
Fumble.
That's a touchdown.
Yes, touchdown Senators. Wow.
Number 29, Mekhi Jarvis, falls on the ball in the end zone. I believe they're going to say, yep, touchdown. It's over.
It's got to be, I would think.
I would thought so too, yeah.
I mean, it hit him. after the fumble. Benson needs to know where he is on the field. I think he just lost the fact where he was on the field, and when he realized that he tried to get out of the way, and the ball hit him, and heads-up play there by
on the kick, number 12, Derek Halleck. Yeah, when he had the back step, don't even call it a fair catch at that point.
Right,
just let it bounce.
Just get out of the way. I just think he lost where he was in the
great
field.
Defensive stand. You force him to punt after taking over in your side, and now they get a touchdown off a miscue. Now they're saying no touchdown, touchback.
So they must have said the ball went in the end zone before it hit him.
Must be what they're saying.
It's interesting call there. It changes the complexion of this game.
Yes, it does.
It gets Benson gets a load.
Well, the difference between 7 and 6, or 7-0 with the ball on the 20. So what they're saying, he must have been in the end zone when it hit him. What threw me off was all the black pellets that bumped. I couldn't see where the ball actually hit and where he was.
I mean, he was really close to the end zone. I know that. I was watching it because I knew he was trying to get
he was about to 3 when he tried to back away from it.
Yeah. It just depends on when it hit him.
Right. At the end of this game, you'll be able to go back and watch it here on 302 Sports, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell, with me, Jason Winchell. Nick Halliday, our producer, and Trey Mitchell on the camera. 302 Sports Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys are used to this Saturday morning action. I'm not. I had to wake up, and at least I didn't have to cross the bridge this time.
Not as far as the Friends game.
No, I was almost as far up as I could get.
Yes.
I guess maybe if I did Brandywine or Concord or Archmere even.
Yes.
So now, a bunch of Dover players leaving the field.
I don't think we.
Did the offense go back on? Did the Dover offense go back on the field?
Yes.
Because we're getting like 9 guys trading places.
I think Dover thought maybe they were
getting the ball.
They were getting the ball, which is not the case. It was called a touchback. And first, once you call a touchback, it should be St. George's ball. I think we're.
There we go. St. George's 1st and 10 at their own 20 on the touchback. And we have a single back in the backfield, and that's Smith. Motion with Benson. It's going to be a handoff to Smith. Cuts back to the inside and gets it out to about the 30-yard line. And he's got enough for a first down. And this is what they did on that first drive. And, maybe they may go back to that no huddle.
Yeah, absolutely. And good first down there, run there.
1st and 10 at the 30 for the Hawks. 5:48 to play here in the half. They lead 7-0. And we're going to have a timeout, folks, and we'll take one with them. 7-0. The Hawks lead.
Hooters of Newark is located at 130 Metro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp.
And welcome back, folks, to St. George's High School. 7-0, the Hawks lead, and they have a first down. With 5:34 to play, here comes motion, and he's back to pass. And he's got a guy momentarily open, and he's going to have it. That's number 25, Jair Pritchett.
A great job by Pritchard because he had the guy beat.
Had to come back.
The throw was underthrown. He comes back.
Underthrown and high. He could have fair caught that one.
And he makes the great catch on it. That's a good job by him coming back for the ball and not continue running when that ball is up in the air. Good job. Okay, here's the no-huddle offense.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. Wells goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Benson. He pushes it inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 4. The passing play, I'm sure, caught Dover by surprise.
Yes, absolutely. Especially after a 10-yard run on the first play.
2nd and 4 for the Hawks, and they're a no-huddle offense, double slots. Benson in the backfield. Samuels comes in motion, and going to get a gain of about 2 on the play. And we're going to have a penalty.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this is one of those double unsportsmanlikes or. St. George is going to have to keep their composure. They've showed so far they're struggling with that. And now it's another penalty, or they just moved the flag.
Maybe they just now threw the flag.
I don't know if they moved it or they just threw it. I just saw one hit the ground. They may have moved it to where it happened.
And Benny, that was a 28-yard pass play.
Wow. And Hawks ready to play, but the officials are not.
I think they're still discussing whether
who did what.
Yes.
Well, involved in it was number 60, Darnell Kelly for the Senators, and number 54, Isaiah Gatlin for the Hawks, and that's your captain.
Yeah.
He's got to keep his head in this.
And a lot of times they get sometimes they don't catch the first guy and get the second guy, so that's where.
Well, but if I'm a coach, there is no second guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There is no second guy.
I tell them.
Right.
They hit you, you don't hit them back.
Right. Referee's sorting out the penalties here. That tells you right there it's multiple penalties.
Yeah. And this is the game. This game came to the halt here in the second quarter, Benny, with a lot of flags.
Yeah. Well, the flags have been picked up, and we're writing on our notepads.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody's going to tell us what they did. So there's one on Dover, one on St. George's. I'm seeing that.
So tell me they're going to mark in high school. Sometimes they mark off the 15, and then they'll
15,
mark it back the 15. So
personal foul on the Senators. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the Hawks. So nothing happened.
Right.
They're down. Both dead ball fouls after the play. And did anybody ever mark the ball? Are we replaying it down? We're not replaying it down. Okay, so it's going to be because the ball carrier made it out inside the 35.
Yeah, this is weird. I think that's what's.
Yeah, they're going to put it back. Anything they can do now to make it worse is measure it.
Right.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 for the Hawks after all that.
Crazy last few minutes. A muff punt that turned into a touchdown.
Right.
Turned into a touchback. These offsetting penalties. Not knowing where to spot the ball.
So here we go. 3rd and 2 for the Hawks. Wishbone backfield. And it's going to be Benson on the carry, and he's going to be wrapped up. He's pulling ahead, gets it across the 30. That's enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, good effort.
He was hit at the 32.
Yes. And then the guy wrapped around his legs, what we said.
And he got one of them, though, yeah.
Yeah, and he was able to get the other leg and continue moving forward.
1st and 10 inside the 30 at the 29. And it's going to be a handoff to Smith. And puts his head down, moves ahead across the 25. He's going to be down to about the 24-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Every time I see Smith carry the ball, he gets 5 yards.
Right. 5 yards off tackle,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
2nd and 5. And this time it's going to be number 15, Tynese Owens. And he's going to get to the line of scrimmage and then gets pushed back. But gets about a yard on the play.
Nice little breeze coming in now.
Finally, yeah. Yes. And the players will appreciate it too.
So
3rd and 3 for the Hawks.
St. George's, you like this. Again, no huddle pace.
And that's going to be Benson off the right side. Cuts it in. And he's going to be inside the 15. That's going to be enough for a 1st down.
He's a slippery runner, Benny.
Yeah, he gets to the hole when he gets skinny.
Yeah.
And, then a little spin and a juke. Yeah. He's a good runner. I watched him a little bit last year. I watched him in the Caesar Rodney game. I think it was last year. He was an impressive player. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the 13-yard line of Dover. And that's Benson again, up the middle, off the right side. And he's going to take it down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. They're going to call the first down for the Hawks. 1st and goal for St. George's.
Another good drive here by St. George's, starting at their own 20. Moving down the field.
That's going to be Benson off the right. Touchdown, Brian Benson.
And Benny, that's at least a 13-point swing on that touchback ball.
Exactly, yeah.
Instead of being a 7-7 game, possibly a 7-7 game, it's now 13-0 St. George.
With 3:09 left to play in the half, number 5, Brian Benson punches in a touchdown.
He's been impressive so far in the first half of this one.
And good snap, good hold. The kick's up and good. Number 41 with the kick is, and I don't have a 41 on the roster. That's Mason Fitzgerald. So, folks, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back with some more 302 Sports Saturday Football.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So, for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. The Hadley Group.
So welcome back to St. George's, folks. Our stats, 6 carries, 31 yards for Benson on the touchdown. He caps it off with a touchdown. St. George's Hawks go up 14-0.
Yeah, impressive drive right after the touchback call, Benny.
The touchdown / touchback / mass confusion play there down by the goal line.
One of those crazy plays, and now all of a sudden, like I said, it's a 14-point swing.
Right.
Instead of being a 7-7 game, it's down 14-0 for the home team. But if you're Dover, you just need to get that offense going.
That's right.
One first
Fitzgerald
down
on to kick it off.
It was by a penalty.
And he's going to kick a knuckleball. It's going to bounce down into about the 20 to 19-yard line, picked up by number 15, Amir Bunge. And he gets it out to about the 40, called the 38-yard line, where Dover will take over 1st and 10 with 2:58 to play here in the half.
Yeah, and 2:58, this is an important drive for Dover. So St. George is deferred, and they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
I think this is a drive. And I think you have at least 2, if not all 3 of your timeouts left. So.
Well, we've seen Dover. They've had men open, some misses, some overthrows, and of course penalties. But like we said, they've had one first down this game, and it was on a penalty.
Yeah.
So we got double slots to the top. He's going to come in motion and trips to the bottom of the screen. And it's going to be a handoff to Peace. And he cuts back, goes back behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah.
He initially penetrated and stepped back.
He brought himself back, and that's the difference. I think if he was hit,
he did. Absolutely.
He would have got the forward progress.
Loss of not quite a yard on the play. But more importantly, time is ticking away.
Yeah.
So still 2nd and 10. And we flood the left side. He's under pressure. Steps up, steps out. Looking for a man open and overthrows number 2, Gabe Evans. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Dover.
Yeah, good coverage by the Hawks there. And they got the pressure, number 99, that we talked about at the beginning of the game. Stanley with a great job getting in there. Forcing McGee out of the pocket. And like I said, good coverage down the field. That brings up a 3rd down and long for the Senators. And with 2:17 left, maybe the Hawks get the ball back here.
Get one more time, yes.
Yes.
So here comes Dover with that full house shotgun look again on 3rd and 10. Peace goes out motion, bobbles a snap. Now he's looking to run a draw. And he's going to have the first down, and he's going to take it across midfield down to the Hawks' 45-yard line.
It looked like a busted play was their best play.
Right. I think that may have been a draw. He was bobbling the ball, unless he's just a fast thinker.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a great job by the athlete.
The patterns weren't very deep. That's why I think it may have been designed and broken. First and 10, and we have a whistle. It's going to be
looks like another
substitution infraction.
Yeah. 5-yard penalty on the Hawks.
So first and 5 for the Senators. Davis goes in motion, and now we're going to have another offsides by St. George's. You know, all these defensive penalties, and they're pitching a shutout.
It's unbelievable. And let's see if that run by McGee and now these 2 penalties give the Senators some momentum. First, they were 3rd and long.
Right, first and 10 at the 35. That's twice have been let out with 3rd and long. And that's going to be a handoff to Peace off the right side. Tries to get around right end, cuts it up, has some running room down the sideline. He's going to take it out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That's the first good, really run play by the Senators. He takes it down.
Out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
So we got another 1st and goal for the Senators.
Second time they've been 1st and goal. Peace goes in motion, and we're gonna have a whistle. And they're running a little bit of a trap play. They're pulling that guard to the outside, like the old counter tray by the Redskins. I couldn't tell if it was 1 or 2 pulling guards on that play. And again, another substitution infraction is.
So this drive, you've had 2 substitution infractions, not to go along with the 5 offsides you had in this game also. So as a coach,
1st and 5 for the Senators.
You can't be happy with these penalties.
And that's going to be Peace looking for the running race. Oh, that's a nice step up and tackle by number 27. Jordan Cheaton just stepped up and took the play away.
Yeah, and a nice tackle, Benny. Like you said, he stepped up into the play, and he hit him right there, and he would not let him get any forward momentum.
Pickup of 1 on the play brings up a 2nd and 4 down inside the 10-yard line around the 8. And looking for a quarterback draw there, and he's got some running room.
Looks like he's down to
number 15 on the tackle, Tyrese Owens.
About the 3.
And it's going to be a 3rd and 1 at the, let's call it the 4-yard line. And it's going to be McGee again, and he's in. Touchdown for Jordan McGee.
Yeah, that was the Jordan McGee drive there.
Yeah, Dover gets on the board.
Big drive there, and they get the points right before halftime. A much-needed score for the Senators.
There's just 40 seconds left to play in the half. So on the kick is number 12, Derek Halleck. And holds down. It's going to be good. Just gets it over the crossbar.
Take it any way you can get it.
That's right. So, folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout, and we'll come back with the remaining 40 seconds of the first half.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
And welcome back, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Jason Winchell. 14-7, the Hawks lead. Dover gets a touchdown with just 40 seconds to play here in the first half. So, I'm Dover. I'm not kicking it near anybody back there by that goal line. I'm going to make them run some plays. not going to give up a cheap ensuing kickoff, as they call it.
Yep. 7 plays, 61-yard drive for the Senators, 15 by penalty.
Shamir Nelson on the kick for the Senators. And he kicks it deep. And that's going to be taken into the end zone. So touchback for the Hawks.
Yeah, at least he got it to the end zone, Benny.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 20-yard line with 40 seconds to play here in the half.
And I would say Georgia's getting the ball here. I think they might just try a one running play and see if they get any positive yards. The last thing you want to afford is a turnover deep in your own territory here with not much time left.
Right. So the Hawks take over 1st and 10. And showing now, looks like a wing T formation. And it's going to be a pitch out to Smith. And he's going to take it out of bounds. Carries the ball out to across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. 2nd and 3. Now they'll mark it at the 26. 2nd and 4 for the Hawks.
Yeah, nice pickup. He got out of bounds, so 34 seconds left.
Second and 4 for the Hawks. And that's going to be Benson on the carry, looking to get outside, cuts it back inside, gets it to about the 29-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short.
I think they might just let this quarter run out here. And I think that's what they're going to do. Take the 7-point lead in the halftime, and you get the ball to start the second half.
As you say, he runs the quarterback, or the play out to the play, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to let time run out. So, folks, at the half. Wait a minute, we got. We must have different time on the field because Coach Maul is huddling up. 3 seconds, they say, on the clock.
Wow, so 3 seconds.
So we're going to have a 3rd and 1 with 3 seconds left. So Coach Maul, you think he's going to spread them out and then just try to run one up the middle?
Yeah, probably.
So 3 seconds left to play here in the half. The Hawks lead 14-7 over the Senators.
Put 3 tenths on there.
Oh, 3 seconds.
I think they meant to put 3. 3 tenths.
And they're just going to push ahead for, that's going to be a first down. But time's going to run out, and that's your halftime score, folks. St. George's Hawks 14, Dover Senators 7. Folks, we're going to take a couple commercial timeouts here, and we'll be back with a little Sodell Concepts halftime show and the second half of this game. Be right back.
The catering division of Sodell Concepts, where we're doing beautiful, simple foods for you. We can accommodate intimate affairs or larger parties anywhere from 1 to 800. We can go anywhere in a 50-mile radius of our location, be it on the beach, in your home, on a farm, at any venue, including the Indian River Life Saving Station, which you'll see later in our clip. You can choose from a pre-designed, chef-driven menu where we keep only the freshest and most local ingredients in mind, or we can customize a menu to your liking. score with Plate Catering. I hope you keep us in mind for your next event.
Solo Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and a consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind of the restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together, and be about something. And for us, it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire, I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us, and now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world, and they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community, and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. And we may open 10 more restaurants, we may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be.
Hey folks, welcome back. Halftime of Solo Concepts halftime show here with Benny Mitchell and Jason Winchell. And we have a 14-7 score, and we're getting the stats here. And so Jason, go ahead and give us the stats there as we
St. George's Benson, 17 carries, 72 yards. And a couple touchdowns for him. Smith, 9 carries, 45 yards. And Wells, 5 carries, 27 yards. And then Dover, McGee was 0 for 5 with 0 yards passing. But he had the nice touchdown run,
right.
3 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown.
Right, so this game, eventually we knew the penalties were going to bite St. George's. We had talked about right before the touchdown drive that they committed all these defensive penalties, but they're pitching a shutout. Yeah. Well, that all changed in that last series where they had the 3 penalties that took the ball down there, and then Dover scores. And now, instead of going into the half at 14-0, you're going to the half at 14-7. But at least if you're St. George's, you got the ball coming back in to start the second half.
Yeah, and that was a good drive there at the end of the half because they got it with about 1:50 left. And they went right down the field. Again, aided by some penalties, but also some good big runs by McGee. And they were able to get in there and cut it to 1 score.
Pieces had his hands on the ball. He's just not been able to get open on the outside.
Yeah.
St. George is doing a great job of setting the edge.
Yeah, they have.
And then the quarterback, number 13, Jordan McGee, who they missed the first 2 games. That could very well be, 2-3, or excuse me, 2-2 right now, maybe 3-2. I don't know if they beat Woodbridge even with Jordan McGee, because Woodbridge is a pretty darn good Division II football team.
Yep.
The defending state champs just won their 18th straight last night. But Dover's the kind of team, and we're seeing their athleticism. Yeah. It's just not clicking right yet.
Right. And you said on the broadcast that they're second. It seemed to be a second-half team, so let's see if they can get that going.
Yeah, Archmere, they almost come back and win that game. And that was mostly fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like maybe they go like a 2-minute offense late in the game, and with maybe 8 minutes to go. We'll see. It's the first time I've got to see Dover this year. Let's talk a little bit about St. George's. St. George's big, strong, pushing the ball down the field, and, great three-head monster there at running back, and then the quarterback gets to throw a pass.
Yeah, and he completed a nice 28-yard pass on that second touchdown drive. But that first drive, Benny, 19 plays.
Right. 90 yards.
And
probably ate up 9, 10 minutes of clock.
And like you said, it was all runs.
Right.
They had one pass attempt, and it was a sack. And that drive, it was all runs.
Right. We're talking to Monty Wells, Brian Benson, Jalen Smith, and Jakir Samuels got a couple touches in there. But even without their starting quarterback, Robert Shorts, this Cole Sisfo, he's had a pretty good game. He's managed the offense.
Yeah, managed the offense, minus that one running fumble, no turnover. So
McGee, 3 carries, 23, or passing 3 carries for 23 yards, and he got the touchdown. And we got to see, you called it, you said it was all Jordan McGee on that touchdown. He caps it off with a touchdown. We got to see what kind of athlete he was, and what maybe, at least, I think the first game of the year, missing him really hurt them against Archmere.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it probably was the difference in that game. Good fourth quarter by Dover was not enough in that one, but to get him here today and see if they can get this it would be a nice road win for them.
So what do you think Dover has to do coming out here in the second half to come out here and win this football game, get to 2 and 3?
Well, they got to stop St. George's on that first drive, and what I would do is I would put 9-10 guys in the box and try and stop that run to start the half. I think that's an important drive. They can limit that damage on that first drive, and then offensively, we saw it there on that last drive. We saw a lot more design runs by McGee.
Right.
Also, nice run to the outside on the one play. So if they can get that going, McGee's had open receivers. He just seems to overthrow them every once in a while.
Right.
If he gets more accurate, and that's because of the pressure by St. George's. So I think if they do a better job.
So they're running a lot of streaks,
Yeah.
and you're not seeing a lot of slants. You're not seeing a lot of posts or anything like that. They're running a lot of streaks, looking to air it out and get it downfield. Maybe throw something underneath.
Absolutely right.
And I think St. George's, I think they have to be true to their identity.
Yes.
Two tight ends, full house backfield, but I think maybe be true to their identity and go with that no huddle, because I thought the no huddle really wore the Senators down. The Senators could make the substitutions.
Yeah. And both touchdown drives were no huddle drives, so that was key in that one.
So, folks, your score at the half: the St. George's Hawks up 14-7. I'm Benny Mitchell with Jason Winchell, and we're going to run a couple commercials as the two teams are coming back out on the field. Folks, we'll be right back with some third quarter action.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped...
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, open 7 days a week. Chef Chris Parks is cooking up a beautiful shrimp carbonara. Come enjoy. Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Chef Chris Parks has you covered. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott.
And welcome back. And Jason, always good to see Ronnie Wiest spend a minute choking some people out on that Delaware self-defense.
Right,
Ronnie Wiest, Delaware Self-Defense Academy. His son, two-time state champion Tony Wiest, still has another year to go as a wrestler at Smyrna. His older son, Ronnie Jr., went to college. He's still there at McDaniel College. Spent some time with my son, who graduated from McDaniel last year. Both were on the wrestling team together. It was nice. Three Henley Conference guys headed over there. They went over to Westminster and wrestled at the same time with Ronnie Wiest, Trey Mitchell, and Avante Drummond. So, and I'm talking to Coach Ball before the game. He says they have a football player over there, and Larson Wilson looking to go to McDaniel to play some football. So, a lot of kids. Not an unknown. It used to be Western Maryland.
Right.
So, so we're back. The Hens on at 6 o'clock tonight.
Yes.
And then Wesley and Delaware State should be kicking off here in the next 10 minutes. So a lot of college football action. Make sure you watch the second half of this game. Stick with us here on 302 Sports. Watch the end of this game. But, Wesley playing over Frostburg, number 9 Frostburg today in Division III rankings. Del State playing down North Carolina A&T. And the Hens go up to Stony Brook to take on the Seawolves. And just another tough game for the Blue Hens. But, so I'm a season ticket holder. It's so nice to see so many Delaware kids playing at the University of Delaware.
Absolutely. It's unbelievable this year. And a lot of them had big games last week against James Madison.
Right.
Troy Reeder with an interception and about 9 tackles. And,
the Readers are fun to watch.
Yes. And then Jarman.
Jarman had the touchdown catch, and the week before, Kanai Kane with 3 touchdowns. So, kind of goes to show we do have some athletes in this state. You can play at that FCS level.
And good mix of upstate, downstate on the Hens team this year, which is great. And like you said, Henderson's traveling.
Yeah, Henderson's going to be traveling out of the team, and I think he's probably the future of the Blue Hens. Coming next year as a freshman, and you got the 2 junior quarterbacks. Maybe in 2 years we're going to see Nolan Henderson. And as a matter of fact, I saw him in the parking lot tailgating, coming to the game early on. Because I like to get there early, grill and eat.
Absolutely, nothing like it.
And I got to talk to Nolan. I get to talk to his dad every weekend. And I tell you what, if Nolan grows to the size of his father, he's going to be a big kid. His father's about 6'5", 6'6". So, Nolan puts on some size. I think he's probably the future of the Hens at the quarterback position. And, who was the last Delaware quarterback from the state of Delaware? I'm not sure. It's been a while.
It's probably been a while.
It would be nice if the Hornets could start getting it together. Just losing some athletes to transfer, and they played Delaware tough.
They played some. I think they gave they played West Virginia pretty good for a while. That's just a different talent level.
West Virginia, who has a Delaware native on the team, David Sills at receiver. He's having a great year. He's tied for the leading touchdowns in the FBS so far.
Yes. They got a big one today, West Virginia. They're at TCU.
Right. Playing in the Big 12 now.
Yeah.
I guess the breakup of the Big East, and everybody had to find a home. Hens in the tough FCS CAA.
Yeah, one of the toughest conferences in that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
JMU, the defending champs. Next year, Hens are going to have a 2-year series with the North Dakota State. With the Bison. Delaware will be going out to Fargo next year, and then the Bison will become the Delaware in 2019.
I wonder if we'll see that Carson Wentz at that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make a little trip down.
Yeah.
We'll have it working.
Stand on the sideline, Yeah, Delaware just has to answer with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, absolutely. And it tells you that those kids can play at the next level in the pros.
So, some more 302 action this afternoon. I believe it's Hodgson and
DMA. And
DMA, that's a big game for DMA.
The 302 Sports Spotlight Game of the Week. And, Benny, they were both at the both teams were at the show Wednesday night. Hodgson and DMA. So, it was a fun time Wednesday night out at Hooters. DMA brought a great contingent out there.
Right. So, that's going to be a big Division I, Division II battle, and then next week's spotlight game of the week is going to be the 5-0 Sussex Central Golden Knights traveling up to Smyrna Eagles homecoming. Big Henley Conference Northern Division showdown. Remember last year, it was a Nolan Henderson Hail Mary in the wind. That was a crazy crosswind game. I said one thing that could beat the Eagles and Nolan Henderson would be 20-mile-an-hour winds, and they got them that day down at Sussex Central.
Yeah. And that's going to be a big game. Two big games in Division I next week.
Right.
We also got the Sally's Milltown. So
Right.
the top 4 teams are playing each other next week in Sussex Central, Smyrna,
Right.
Sally's Milltown. So we'll see.
You know, each week, me and Trey, we do our prediction show, and every week he says 5 weeks in a row, and he says, you know, every time we go to pick Sussex Central, he says his comment always is, you know, Sussex Central, they always grind it out. They find a way to win,
Yeah.
and I see him grinding it out again. And that's what they're going to have to do against Smyrna. It's going to have to be a grinded out kind of game.
Yeah.
You know, field position, ball control, and play stellar defense. They had a test last night from Sussex Tech, and Sussex Tech might be 2-3, but they're a darn good 2-3 football team.
Yeah, and look who they lost to. I mean, they lost to Slasianum, who's a good team. They lose to Sussex Central, who's a good team.
And Milford in week 1.
Yeah, so I mean, you look at those 3 losses, man. They're some tough teams that they had to play.
Next week, our downstate game will be the Woodbridge Blue Raiders and the Milford Buccaneers. It's going to be Milford's homecoming. So we have some pretty good games on slate. Maybe so far our best weekend of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's all going to culminate as the season ends. We switch over to NFHS, and we bring the state tournament, and it comes down to that first Saturday in December at the University of Delaware.
One of my favorite days of the year, Benny.
Absolutely.
You get 2 good games there at Delaware Stadium. Wonder if we're going to switch it up this year and see if Division II goes to the day.
They normally do. They usually flip-flop it.
And I know last year Division II had the nightcap, and that was a great game between Woodbridge and Friends.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times that Division II doesn't bring a crowd. Friends brought a decent crowd, but I think everybody in Bridgeville and Greenwood.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the day to break into houses because
Yeah.
they were all up in Newark. They brought a big crowd to the University of Delaware last year, and it was the first ever football state title. The only other state titles they've won has been in track.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so it was their first real team state title. I know there was I have a lot of my family roots come out of Bridgeville. I lived there for a little while, but I know a lot of people over there, and there was so much excitement in Bridgeville and Greenwood and Farmington for that matter last year going into that game. But you know, the Division II tournament's always crazy.
Yeah.
With the 8 teams and anything could happen. I think that's the first time in a long time a number 1 seed made it to the finals.
Absolutely. Yeah. Normally, a couple of years, I think the 8 seed knocked them out in the first
right.
round.
Well,
so.
at least 7.
Yeah.
Hodgson was a 7 seed one year.
And they won it. So,
and won their second straight that year. So the Hawks will take the ball here in the second half. They lead 14-7, and like you said, just as important it is for Dover to come out here and score, I think it's equally important for the Hawks to go to take one in and not let Dover play second half football.
And Benny, I do see number 11 Shorts on the sideline for St. George's Tech. So
that's going to change things up a little bit.
See if he comes out on this first drive to start the second half here.
But you have to give a round of applause basically for number 18, Cole Sisfo. He managed that offense as the backup in a big non-conference game.
And no delay of game penalties, no false start penalties. Their penalties came on the defensive side of the ball, so you got to, like you said, applaud. He managed the game, made the one completion.
So with Robert Shorts being a senior, your offense is in good hands next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a 302 Sports shout-out to number 18, Cole Sisfo. While the starting quarterback was taking the SATs and getting here, he manages his team to a 14-7 lead in the first half.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coach was ecstatic in the halftime. You know, they had the lead. So this is going to be an important first drive for both teams. I think if you're Dover, you want to get them off the field as quickly as you can. And if you're St. George's, you like another 19-play, 9-minute drive.
Here we go. The Senators tee it off. Number 34, Shamir Nelson to kick it off. Back deep, number 25, Jair Pritchett, and 3, Damani Wells for the Hawks. And he's going to have to hold on to. I did see in the weather report we're going to get some heavier winds, some stronger winds here in the afternoon as we have a storm moving into the area tomorrow. It's supposed to get plenty of rain tomorrow. So we're off with the kickoff for the second half. And the ball's going to be taken about the 8-yard line. Bob initially cuts it back inside and just nowhere to run. He's going to get it out to about the 20-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
And Dover's winning the special teams battle.
Yes.
They had a good opening kickoff return. That last time they kicked it off, one in the end zone, and here they get the hold them.
So the St. George's Hawks start the second half with their starting quarterback, Robert Shorts. Back in the game, took the SATs this morning, so he misses the first half. And there's the ready to play whistle, and here come the Hawks. And they get right back to that power offense, 2 tight ends and a wishbone backfield. And it's going to be he pulls it out, looking down the field. He's got a man open. That's Wells at about the 50. Damani Wells goes out of bounds. So, wow, right away, you use your quarterback, right?
Yeah, what a nicely thrown ball there. So he comes from the classroom, the SATs, and comes in and doesn't miss a beat on that first.
I didn't even see Wells on the wheel route because we got this corner of the building right here. But I was initially looking at number 20, Demetrius Bryson, running the slant. And Wells comes out on the wheel route and takes it down to about the 20-yard line.
60 yards on that first pass play. And so that's a big play.
And they're in the red zone right away. And it's going to be a toss to Benson. And following his blockers, cuts back inside the 20. He's going to get about a pickup of about 3 on the play. Big, heavy hit by number 60, Darnell Kelly.
Yeah, nice hit by Kelly. And a good job there by the Senators' defense. Benson ran a long way for just 3 yards.
Right.
As he tried to get to the outside and then cut it back in.
They're going to mark it at the 18, so it's going to be a pickup of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for the Hawks. They're in the red zone. And that's so far, when they've been in the red zone, they've capitalized, they've scored. And wishbone backfield. No, that's power high. And that's going to be a fake. Turns back, looks the other way. He's hit as he throws. And overthrown to number 20. And I don't know if they got their feet tangled up over there on the side, but.
And good pressure there by Dover as they got the in on short. But like you said, I thought the receiver would be out a little further on that pattern because it was.
I looked like he got hung up there right around the goal line. 3rd and 8 for the Hawks.
They had to go to the that ball went under those pads over there. This is an important 3rd down play here for the Senators and Hawks. Open the second.
Shotgun formation, slots to the left. Motion coming back to the left side, so they're going to flood this left side. And he's going to be sacked. Ball's on the ground. And Dover has it.
Yeah, good hit. Hit him right way. He was not expecting that one from the blind side. The hit came, a big hit, forces the fumble, and Dover recovers. And that's what they needed after that big pass play to get the 2nd turnover of the game.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Senators. They trail 14-7.
I believe it was Darnell Kelly with the hit.
And number 34, Shamir Nelson with the fumble recovery. So 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This game's had a lot of
trips to the right.
Momentum turns in this one.
Peace comes back to the backfield, and he's going to hand it off to Peace up the middle, and maybe 1 on the play, and pushes forward, gets another yard. So it's going to bring up a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Senators.
And when the Senators have got their ground game going, it's been to the outside. They really have had no success off tackle there.
Second and 8, trips to the right, slot to the top side. Peace shifts back to the backfield. And it looked like some confusion there. And an incomplete pass to number 3, Eden Davis.
Yeah, he was holding the ball
like for
down
Peace
there,
to come get it. Looked like a draw play.
Yeah. No, when he didn't take it, he threw the ball incomplete. As he still hasn't completed the pass yet. He's had a couple nice throws.
3rd and 8 for the Senators. And, the Hawks have shown good coverage, pass coverage today. Again, trips to the bottom of the screen. And looking down the right side, and that's going to be overthrown. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. So the Senators cause the fumble, recover it, and they can't capitalize. They're 3 and out again.
Yeah, good coverage there by Shorts. He was right with the receiver, and like you said, it was overthrown. So
intended for number 5, Dorico Cooper.
They get the turnover, but go 3 and out.
And on the punt, number 80, Stephen Quirk. High snap, he gets it down, and low kick. It's going to be taken by Wells at the 40, and breaks the tackle. He's got some running room down the left side, and he's going to go out of bounds inside the 40. And the Hawks are going to take over 1st and 10 in Dover territory.
Yeah, nice return there by Wells.
He caught that with 2 hands over his head.
Yeah, he was, after that last misfortune, he was not taking any chances on that one. Gets a good job. Almost slips down. Stays on his feet and is able to get a nice return.
So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of Dover.
See, St. George goes back to that running
Double
game.
tight, double wing, single back. And handoff to Benson, nowhere to go. Tackle by number 58, Theo Only.
Yeah, the 6', 195 senior made a great play there as he read that. He was almost, met him right at the line of scrimmage there. Actually, a loss of one. Yeah, he was right there.
2nd and 11. And it's going to be a handoff to Smith this time. And he gets those yards back, maybe a couple more. He's going to pick up of about 3 on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
This is more to St. George. They came out the second half and threw on 3 of the first 4 plays.
Right.
This drive, back-to-back running plays. And with the lead, run some clock, choose some clock in the plus territory, 4 down territory even.
3rd and 8 for the Hawks. Inside the Dover 35 at the 33-yard line. Wing left, slot to the right. Smith goes in motion, fakes the toss, and gets hit as he throws it off the face mask of number 2, Gabe Evans. And he threw a bullet out there.
Yeah, that ball had some mustard on it, Benny. That got out there in a hurry, like you said, off the face mask. Almost like he had came.
He had just turned around and got his hands up. And it took a hit as he let it go.
Yeah, I was just saying, good pressure might have forced him to throw that a little earlier than he wanted to. It brings up a key 4th down here for the Hawks.
4th and 8.
St. George is 1 for 1 on 4th downs. This is a big one here.
Pistol formation, double slots. And we're going to get a timeout, Dover.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call for them.
And, folks, we're going to take one with them. Still 14-7 early in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef of Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is a landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful Slot Pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out.
2 seconds.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
And welcome back to St. George's, folks. 4th and 8 for the Hawks.
Yeah, we mentioned McGee's scramble ability. Shorts has that ability.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. He's been dropped back passing right now. How long before he tucks it and runs?
And that might have been the timeout to say, hey, watch.
So they change up formation. They go trips to the right, split to the left. Smith in the backfield. in the pistol formation. And Short's looking, he's going to run. And picks it up to pass, but he's going to get it down to about 30. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And Dover's going to take over.
Yeah, good defense here by the Senators twice. St. George's been in their half of the field here.
Yeah, notice on that, when Shorts got in trouble and had to run, nobody went deep.
Yeah.
The St. George's receivers looked like they froze. Maybe they're going to block downfield, but somebody's going to run deep, give them something to look at.
Especially when you extend the play like that.
Right. So 1st and 10 for the Senators. Pistol formation, trips to the right. And it's going to be a handoff to Peace, and he's going to be wrapped up by number 15. Owens in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Make a loss of 4. 2nd and 14.
Yeah, Owens has had a great game for St. George's there. Another great tackle. And the Senators just can't seem to get that ground game going in this one. With the exception of a couple good quarterback draws, St. George has done a good job controlling that line of scrimmage.
2nd and 14 for the Senators. And they too are showing a lot of formations here today. And it's going to be another counter coming back with Peace, who has some running room, but he's going to get it back out across the 35 to about the 36.
Yeah.
And Jason, we got to start thinking here. We guys are midway through the third quarter play of the game, so a lot of candidates right now. We got to see how this thing rolls. I tell you right now, if this score stays 14-7, I'm looking at the backup quarterback, Sisfo.
Absolutely.
So 3rd and 5 for the Senators. But I don't think the score is going to stay this way.
Wow.
Motion coming to the near side. Fumble on the play. And Hawks recover. And that's our man, number 99, Jameer Stanley, the player to watch. And there it is.
He came flying in there once that ball was on the ground. He was not going to let that one.
5'11", 314. He fell on him, man, taking the air out of the ball. He took some air out of himself. As he gets the water on the way over.
Yeah.
Big fumble recovery and another key turnover. This game's had a lot of turnovers.
Absolutely. It seems like McGee's had trouble sometimes handling that snap on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
A couple of them he's bobbing.
If he's looking downfield or what's going on. So, I formation for the Hawks, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line of Dover. And it's going to be a handoff to Benson, the deep back. He's got some running room down the right side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds close to the 10-yard line.
And he had 72 yards in the first half, so he's going to be close to 100 now here in the
Number 20, Bumbry, forces him out of bounds.
That's why I think St. George's got to get back to this ground game that was successful in the first half. Nice little run there.
That's going to be a 1st down. Ball at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 11. Back to the I formation with Benson, the deep back. And it's going to be Smith, the up back, the fullback, and he gains about a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 10.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half, Smith was getting about 4 or 5 yards a carry. Here in the second half, they've done a much better job on that inside run.
So, maybe softening up the belly for something around the outside here, Jason.
Right. Like you said, they've done so many different formations today. As a defense, you have to watch out for any possible play here. Kind of late substitution here for Dover.
Somebody came off the field with their helmet off, so.
And that's why they just started restarted the play clock.
Power I formation for the Hawks. And there's going to be Benson, the deep back. He's going to be hitting the backfield, breaks the tackle, cuts it back inside. And that's number 58 finishing it off. Theo Only.
I'll tell you what, he got 3 or 4 yards out of nothing there. Good job by him breaking a couple tackles and fighting for a few extra yards.
Brings up a 3rd and 7 from the 8. Full house backfield for the Hawks. And it's going to be Smith this time off the left side. Powers ahead down to about the 3-yard line. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 2.
See if they go for the field goal here, Benny. Give you a 2-score lead.
Well, they are checking in the big guy, number 99, Jameer Stanley, 5'11", 314. Get you a little push up front.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder if he's wonder if he'll be in the backfield like the refrigerator used to be.
Refrigerator Perry. Man, he's gonna line up at left.
Looks like he's
tackle.
lining up on the line. There you go.
4th and 3 for the Hawks at the 4-yard line. And it's going to be Benson, or no, Smith, touchdown.
They ran right behind number 99 there.
Yes, they did.
And Smith
when you see Stanley trotting onto the field, you got to think that's where the ball might be going. So touchdown for the Hawks. They didn't get it on the first possession like we thought, might be important, Jason, but they do come out in their second possession after the fumble recovery and score.
Extend the lead, and that's big. They're the first team to capitalize on a turnover here.
And they're going to go for 2 here.
Interesting call here.
Yeah. And he's going to roll out to the left. He's got a man open. That's 99. Stanley!
Oh!
With a catch!
He's got hands!
Wow!
Unbelievable! Wow!
Not only hands, he got separation from the defender on the out pattern.
Absolutely. Wow.
Jameer Stanley with the 2-point conversion catch.
That could be a top 5 play of the week.
Maybe a top 1.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I think he may have left his feet a little bit. That was a great catch by the defensive tackle, Jameer Stanley.
A 5-play, 27-yard drive after the turnover. And the 2-point conversion gets a 15-point lead, Benny. I still like that catch.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Heck, we might want to get that on the other 4-letter. Send that one in for submission. Jameer Stanley with the rollout and catch. See if that can be an ESPN top 10.
Yeah.
The big guy, 5'11", 314. The anchor. I called him before the game. I was talking to him before the game. Anchors the line, anchors the roster, and hauls in extra points. So on the kick, number 41, Fitzgerald.
He covered the fumble.
I think
went in on the running play.
He might be going over there to sell popcorn at the concession stand. So the Hawks lead 22-7. And squib kick taken at about the 34-yard line by number 32, David Exum. And they're going to have possession at midfield at the 50-yard line. And if I'm Coach Small, the way their offense is spelling, I'm going to give them the ball. Their biggest gain has been the kick return.
Kick return, right. Kicked it deep to start the game, and there's a big return.
To the 10.
Yep.
And they don't score.
They don't score. And like you said, offensively, in the 2 drives here in the second half, not much going.
So 1st and 10 for the Senators. And we're going to get whistles on the play. And it looks like they're going to run that counter again. Offsides on the Hawks. Was that 6 or 7 today?
Yeah, at least 6. And like you said, it's defensively, they're getting killed by the penalty.
Right.
They're doing a great job against the Senators.
Playing defense, they're doing a good job. It's just so many penalties.
And now you're running the first play of this drive at the 45 of St. George's.
And that's a handoff to Peace. And takes a step back. He's around first down. He's got the first down. He's going to be about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Senators.
Yeah, good run
there. Well, now they mark him a little short.
Yeah, he was coming back a couple times and thought forward progress.
They're going to mark him at the 39.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down. 2nd and inches.
That'd be a good down to throw it.
And they're going to run sweep here with number 3, Davis. And he's across the 40 down inside the 35. Going to be thrown out of bounds by number 24, Stephen Taylor.
Couple nice runs there to start this drive by the Senators, and they get a key first down on this one.
So 1st and 10 for the Senators at the Hawks 32-yard line. And a little swing pass to Peace. Eludes a tackler. Finds his blockers down the left side and gets out of bounds inside the 20.
Yeah, I like that call. Nice little swing pass. Get the ball into Peace's hands. Good job.
Yeah, let him be an athlete out there in space. So in the red zone again are the Senators. I believe they're 1 for 3 in the red zone.
It's their best looking drive so far here in the second half.
And that's going to be that counterplay with Peace. Hit in the backfield, but was able to elude the tackle. That was number 27, Jordan Cheaton, with a hit in the backfield. And they're going to say the runner was down.
Yeah, I believe that's the right call.
But he picks up 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
The Senators are running a lot harder here than this drive. And with 3:35 and counting here in the third quarter, I think this is a must-score drive here.
Absolutely a must-score for the Senators. You can't count on another fumble. And we have whistles on the play. Probably going to be an offsides. Must be lining up in the neutral zone because I didn't see any movement.
That'll be a first down.
Yep, and it's going to be another offside. So it must be a matter of lining up in the neutral zone because when the whistle's coming and we're not seeing any movement down there. So 1st and goal for the Senators at the 9-yard line. McGee, quarterback keeper on the draw. He's going to push ahead to about the 5-yard line, pick up a 4 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, great play there by McGee. Just pushed his head forward, got to the 5-yard line.
Well, he was the other touchdown drive. It was all him. And
all him.
2nd and goal for the Senators. Motion coming from the top of the screen. They're going to flood this right side, and we're going to get another whistle.
Yeah, the referee threw it this time, so.
Procedure on the Senators.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 10.
Those are the penalties when you got 2nd goal at the 5. Those are penalties you don't want to have.
No. So McGee in the backfield with him is number 8, Marcus McCove. And McGee's going to roll left on the design run, but he's just going to get pushed out of bounds. Great job setting the edge by the Hawks.
Yeah, good job. Like you said, it was a design play to run to the outside, and the Hawks did a good job of setting the line over there. And not much for McGee on that one.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 10. And it's kind of like the first drive of the game. They get down there and they can't move the ball.
Benny, we said at halftime maybe with a slant pass. I think this would be a good time for a slant pass.
Yeah, I agree. And he's going to roll out as they flood the right side. Looking into the end zone. He's got a man open. It's a touchdown. But there's flags on the play.
Yeah.
It's number 85. Chris Dabney on the catch. 6'2", 200. And that play that's going to be on the Hawks.
So the touchdown will stand.
Touchdown Dover.
A big play there.
And on comes the kicker. And we'll see what the penalty is. Got a hold, defensive holding. So touchdown Dover on the kick, number 12, Derek Halleck.
This is an important kick to get with them 8 points.
Good. And a whistle on the snap. Probably going to be another offsides with the Hawks.
And here do you think about maybe going for 2?
Well, yeah, you're going to have to at some point.
At some point.
But the kicker's staying on the field. And it is another offsides, and here comes the offensive unit for the Senators.
I think this is good because it's half a distance, right?
Right.
It's maybe about a yard and a half away.
22-13 is your score with 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Been a slow third quarter, a lot of penalties.
Yeah. 3 more offsides on the Hawks defense.
And we have another penalty on the play.
Dover was doing some kind of motion and
Some kind of shift. I don't know if somebody already had their. Now it's going to be offsides on the Hawks.
wow. Now you're at what, the 3/4 yard line?
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if Dover has the ability to go under center with their quarterback. I mean, this really is you gain no advantage from that penalty with not being under center. So they go unbalanced to the left side, and it's going to be Peace on the Wildcat, and he's got it. That's a 2-point conversion for Dover, and folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com. 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
Back to St. George's, folks. 22-14 is your score.
22-15.
Yes, 22-15, correction, that's correct. With 2:23 to play here in the third quarter.
That was a 7-play, 50-yard drive for the Senators there. And then three offside penalties.
In a row.
And Dover's able to get the all-important 2-point conversion that they needed back.
So the Senators kick it deep down the right numbers. It's taken at the 15 by number 25, Pritchett, and he's going to get it out across the 30. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
2:14 still left in this third quarter. Like you said, slow moving third quarter here.
Yeah, we said Dover's been a second-half team all season. They're kind of showing here. But still a lot of time to play in this game.
Yeah, after going down 15, that was a great drive by them. Great response drive.
And going to be a counter play with number 2, Samuels. Nowhere to go. Lost on the play. About a yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, great job there by the Senators defense. And they said they had the momentum after that score. See if they can get a 3 and out on this drive.
And the Hawks, they went back to that 2 tight end formation. Now they're back in their eye look. Wells split to the left side. And it's going to be Benson. And he picks up some running room. Nice form tackle there by 13, the quarterback and the safety. Jordan McGee.
Yeah, and like you said, a good form tackle.
Right.
He wrapped them up and sends them down at the short gain and brings up a 3rd and long here.
3rd and 8 for the Hawks. Third and 8 for the St. George's Hawks. Pistol formation. Split to both sides. And hands it off to Benson, looking for some running room, nowhere to go. And he's going to pick up about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th and 6 for St. George's.
Great job by the Senators defense. I was talking about getting that 3 and out. They get the 3 and out.
All right. Well, that time they stretch it out. They set the edge, and Hawks can't move forward, so on comes the punt team. On the punt, number 84, Cade Ritter. And back deep, number 2, Evans for the Senators. Low snap, gets it off. Down the left side, takes going to take a Hawks bounce and picks it up. Nice tackle by number 18. That was your quarterback earlier in the game, Cole Sispo.
Yeah, we said he did a nice job quarterbacking there. He makes a great tackle. Nice alert play there, as everyone thought he was going to let that ball bounce and roll, and he picked it up and almost snuck one off on him.
So 17 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Dover 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. They trail 22-15. Motion comes to the near side, and Peace out of the Wildcat. He's going to be caught from behind. And that's number 15 on the tackle.
So we saw the Wildcat on that 2-point conversion. Now we see it here on the first play of this drive.
He was hesitating, looking for a hole to open up, and Owens comes off the backside and makes the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 7. And that's the end of the third quarter, folks. Your score at the end of 3, St. George's Hawks 22, the Dover Senators 15. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action. Welcome back to St. George's, folks, as we switch ends for the fourth quarter on your Barkley Heating and Air scoreboard. St. George's Hawks lead the Dover Senators 22-15 as we start the fourth quarter. Dover with the ball, 2nd and 7. And there's a little pitch out to Peace. And makes a guy miss, steps out of a tackle, and then hit by number 50, I believe it's 9, Solomon Alexander with the tackle.
We saw that play in the last touchdown drive. Nice little play there. Well-designed play, gets them out in space. I mean, one guy missed and brings up a 3rd and manageable here for the Senators.
And speed sweep with number 3, Eden Davis.
Oh,
he ran right into a couple of, that was again number 59, Solomon Alexander, and a couple more Hawks come in and finish it up. 76 in on the tackle, Brandon Bradford. And that's going to be 4th down and 4.
Yeah, good job there by the Hawks defense. It was 3rd and 2.
And now back to return the punt.
Yeah.
Is Robert Short, so on the punt, number 80, Quirk.
Yeah, don't line up all sides here if you're St. George's.
High snap, they'll bring it down. Oh, almost blocked. It may have been partially blocked.
I was say it might have been partially touched there.
That was number 24, Stephen Taylor. I tell you what, he sells out. He blocks that ball. I believe he got a piece of that. 24, Stephen Taylor, 5'7", 172-pound senior. So the Hawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, last drive they went 3 and out, 3 running plays. 10:33 left. They get one of their long running drives.
So they go to a shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. And he's going to throw to Devontae Wells, who's got it out about the 44-yard line. And we talked about Dover wanting to run some slants, and then St. George's does.
And I think the slants is the way to go. You get the nice little slant pattern there. And you pick up a nice
9 on the play, 2nd and 1 for the Hawks.
It looked like when he first threw it, it was going to be high.
That ball on the ground, that's going to be picked up. That's a second fumble recovery by number 34. Shamir Nelson, sophomore, 6'4", 220. And that was just a bad handoff exchange there.
Yeah, both teams have been putting the ball on the ground here in the second half.
So 10:03 to play.
So Dover's now
in the game.
Yeah, Dover's now starts this drive deep in St. George's territory. A 2nd and 1 play too.
And that's Peace going around the right end. And he's going to pick up a couple yards before being tackled with 24, Stephen Taylor.
Yes. He's running a lot harder here in the second half. Like, the heat is starting to wear that St. George's down a little bit.
Second and 8 for the Senators. And that's going to be number 8, Marquise McCove, and maybe picks up about 3 on the play.
Fighting hard. Hit that hole inside. Good job by St. George's. Big number 68 comes back into the game.
3rd and 5
Anthony
for the
Mason,
Senators.
5'11", 305. They got
Wow.
some big boys.
Yes, they do. Trips to the left. So empty backfield for the Senators. And looking for a man. There's that slant. Overthrows it right over the fingertips.
Yeah, very close.
That was Peace streaking down on the slant.
I like that play call.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Yeah, this is where the Senators haven't had much luck converting 4th downs here. Be a huge one in this game with 9:15 left.
Empty backfield again. There's the ready to play whistle. And he takes a low snap, and he's looking to the left. He's got 3 men down there. Caught by number 2, touchdown. That's Gabe Evans.
We have a flag.
A flag in the end zone.
I thought that might have been offensive pass interference.
We'll see what it is. Signal touchdown.
So let's see. Oh, then he on the celebration there. Knocked each other down. I think it was offensive pass interference, but I'm not sure. Nope. I think it's going to be defensive pass interference. Touchdown stand.
So touchdown, Dover.
So now we're an extra point away for another tie game.
22-21 on the kick is number 12, Halleck. High snap, gets it down. And it's good. Tie ball game, 22-22. So, when we questioned the Hawks going for 2,
yeah,
it pays off.
What a play there on that 4th down play, Benny. We said they hadn't converted the 4th down play.
Right,
They convert that
for a touchdown.
Yeah, nice throw to Peace. He's got a little separation.
So 9:07.
It was a 4-play, 22-yard drive. And nice play there by Peace on that. Made a great adjustment.
So we're going to stay right here with the action, folks. 9:07 to play, 22-22.
Kind of what we expected when we came on today. Both 2 good 1-3 teams. We probably see 2 better 1-3 teams in the state.
And anything is, with 9 minutes to go, you're kicking off to St. George's, and they do have the ability to sit on the football. Yeah.
Put together a 9-minute drive.
And here comes that strong wind we talked about would possibly show up this afternoon. So St. George is going to be playing face into the wind. So on the kick is the guy with his 2nd fumble recovery of the game, Shamir Nelson. And we said at the half, Dover is a second half team, and they're showing it here.
Yeah, they were trailed by 15 late there in the third quarter, and just like that, we're tied up.
Kicks it deep, and Damani Wells is going to take it right at the goal line, and he's coming up the right side looking for his wall, and he's got a man to beat, cuts back inside. He's going to get it out to about the 24-yard line, maybe the 25.
That's a good run for him, but if you're the Senators, you're happy because you're back at their 25. But he took it for the goal line and made a few people miss and got out to the 25.
So the Hawks start 8:57 to play here in the game. 22-22, and the Hawks have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And if you're a Hawks here, you do not want to put the ball on the ground.
Not again, no.
That's what's been doing them in here on the second half.
There's your wishbone offense. And it's going to be a handoff to Smith, and he puts the head down, picks up about 3 on the play.
Yeah,
Going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
He's a load to tackle. And like you say, he gets that head down. It's good momentum. If you're the Senators, you held him to 3 there. You'll take that.
And looks like they're going back to that no-huddle offense. And it's going to be Smith again off the left side. Breaks the tackle, pushes ahead out to about the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and like you said, back to that kind of no-huddle offense where they've had success in this game running it.
And this time it's going to be Benson. He's got some running room up the middle. He's got the first down.
And this is St. George's offense, bread and butter of it. Nice ground game.
2 tight ends, 4 house backfield, and just doing it with a no-huddle. And now they show a little bit of T-Buck action. And it's going to be number 15 on the carry, Owens. And he takes it across midfield to the Dover 49-yard line.
Good pickup on 1st down again.
That's going to be a 2nd and 2.
Dover's trying to substitute.
2nd and 1. And that's again to Owens. He's got the first down.
Kind of lost his balance there. Like I said, St. George's is capable. This looks like one of their capable drives.
Right.
They just run the ball and chew some clock.
1st and 10 at the Dover 43-yard line for the Hawks. All tied up at 22. Benson, and he's wrapped up by number 66, Takai Perry. No gain, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah. Better job by the Senators defense on this 1st down run. Does not give up much.
Benson checks out of the game. In comes number 2, Samuels.
And Benson's had a strong game for the Hawks today.
Down under 7 minutes to play in the game. Second and 9 for the Hawks. And that's a handoff to number 2, Samuels. He gets about a yard. Big tackle by number 15, Amir Brunge.
Yeah, he's had a big game for the Senators. He came running in there and stopped that for minimum gain. And, brings up a big 3rd down play.
3rd and 8.
Hawks are a different team when they get into 3rd and long.
Right. And we still haven't seen Shorts run yet. You know.
No.
He's been dropped back pass. I think he rolled out 1 time. Third and 8 at the 41. And this time he rolls out to the right. He's got a man open at about the 35-yard line. Cuts it back in. That's the 1st down. Tackle by number 3, Davis, and number 20, Brumley.
I like that play call. You roll him to the outside. You send the receiver.
Hits that little out, yeah.
He was wide open, Owens. Good, nice pass.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And Benson runs into his own man. Bumps it to the outside, and they keep the clock running. Ball at about the 22-yard line. 2nd and 2 for the Hawks.
And Benson just seems like every time he touches the ball, he makes something happen for this Hawks team. Nice run there, gets you 8 yards. More importantly, they kept the clock running, too.
That Smith takes it across the 20. He's going to have the first down. Ball squirts out, but it was after he was down.
Yes. That's what you got to be careful for.
Well, so now you're not any time management and ground control, but your ball control.
Yep.
Protect the football right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. You want to fight for those extra yards, but you want to protect the ball.
Well, you got 5 minutes to do it, so. Hand off to Benson, has some running room on the outside, takes it down near the 10-yard line, and the center's pushing back.
Yeah, that's what the Dovers are doing. They were trying to strip that ball out. Good job by Benson holding on to it real tight.
Marks them down at the 11. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Hawks.
What a good drive here by the Hawks. Right?
Great drive, but you got to finish this drive. The Hawks have to finish this drive and give Dover minimal time on offense.
And we said that right after that tying touchdown drive, that this team could drive the ball and take some time off the clock.
And now the Hawks huddling up on a 2nd and 3. And it's going to be a fake to Benson. Pulls it out, looks over the middle. Has a man breaking open late. Just missed. 3rd and 3. I like the call.
Yes, I do too.
I like the call.
2nd and 3. In short yardage.
The man was open. He just let him a little too far.
A little too much, but great play call there.
That was number 20, Demetrius Bryson, just out of his reach. Yeah, it's a little bit of a throwback. You are throwing back across the field, but he had his feet set out. That was a good call. .3:59 to play. Big 3rd and 3 here for the Hawks. And it's going to be Benson. No, that's going to be number 15, Owens. And he has the first down. Ball at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and goal for the Hawks at the 7.
And that's why I like that call on the 2nd down play.
Right.
Because you're in 3rd and manageable.
Smith on the carry, left side. Touchdown. That's the 2nd touchdown today for Jalen Smith. And the Hawks take a 6-point lead.
Great drive there. And they take it down to under 4 minutes at 3:38.
Right. And they're going to go with the kicker, Mason Fitzgerald. Both kickers have been pretty solid today. So 28-22, St. George's leads. He's got it up. And it's good.
Yes.
So first we're going to take a commercial timeout. Your score, St. George's 29, Dover 22. We'll be right back.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
And welcome back to St. George's High School with 3:38 to play in the game. The St. George's Hawks take a lead 29-22, but they're kicking off, and Dover can be an explosive offense.
Yeah, we've seen it the last 2 drives for the Senators. That was a 14-play, 75-yard drive, 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Smith, 4 carries, 19 yards. Benson.
Onside kick, a high pooch kick. Oh, what a big hit. There's going to be a flag on that.
That should be targeting, I would think.
That was 24. Steven Taylor, that's going to be 15. That's going to put the ball down around the 35.
Yeah, that was a nasty targeting hit right there. They're protecting these athletes this year, and they're going to huddle up on it.
I thought he put the shoulder in there. It was a loud hit, but I mean, he did not put the head down. But you know, you got to call fair catch on that.
Yes.
That's a live football. Two flags on the play. I'm sure it's both for that hit. But it didn't seem to me. Maybe I just didn't see it right. I didn't think he lowered the head. And I mean, I thought he just hit him. And I mean, there was no fair catch call on it. That's a live football.
That'd be a good hit then.
Looks like he called fair catch interference. I never saw a fair catch.
Yeah, I was so sad. I never saw a fair catch on that.
I believe that's what that signal is.
Yes, that's what he signaled anyway.
All right, so Dover 1st and 10 at the 36 of St. George's.
Yes. We're waiting for the chain gang to get set up over there.
And that's a handoff to Peace. Trying to get around the right end. And he does.
He's gone.
He's gone. That's a touchdown for the Senators.
And just like
no flags.
We are almost done again.
22-28. Peace in the wild card. There's that shift.
They do it
Take
well.
it to an on balance. High snap to Peace. So 1st and 10, right at the 50. 3:08 to play in the game. Don't go anywhere yet, folks. We still got plenty of football.
Like we said, both kickers have been good today. Oh, there's still 2:07 left, Benny.
Oh, yeah, we could see more scoring.
Wow.
5-point lead.
Hawks, they were all over that screenplay.
2nd and 10 at the 31. At the
job makes the play there. If that was the case, I would have just taken a knee.
And they are not going to run another play. That's going to be the ball game as the clock runs down to 10 seconds. And we'll count it down.
Win here for the Hawks in their first home game.
And it's up to double zeros, folks.